What's up, everyone, from the New York City subway station on a cold December day. In fact, it's the day after Christmas. Can you believe it? It's a Monday, December 26, 2022. Time right now is about 8:15 p.m. and it's 27 Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius. I wanted to do a live stream today in Queens just to see what's going on, especially around here, Long Island City. Maybe we'll take a walk over to Astoria as well. Nice placement of this light. You can't even tell what trains they are until you come down here. Yeah, Isaac, it's Boxing Day, but the U.S. does not observe Boxing Day. Let's exit this subway station, the Queensboro Plaza station, and let's see what's happening in the streets of Queens. Oh, there's a service change here. Late night shuttle buses to Vernon Boulevard.
E-trains are running on the F line between 21st Street Queensbridge and West 4th Street because of scheduled maintenance. For service between Queens Plaza and Times Square, take the 7 N or R trains. For service between 50th Street and West 4th Street, take the A or C trains.
Yeah, if you didn't hear that announcement, the trains are having an identity crisis today. E trains are running on the F line. I was just in Brooklyn, and the N trains are running on the D train.
There is Manhattan bound local 7 train to 34th Street, Hudson Yards. Approaching the station, please stand away from the platform edge.
If you are in New York long enough, you very quickly get used to these service changes. One says a lot of people I see hop the trains or go through the doors on the New York City subway. Yeah, I see that too, but recently the MTA has hired security guards that stand by the exit gates, and I assume they're there to prevent people from entering through the exit gate as they're open, and also to catch people who are paying. In fact, I saw it today with my own eyes. So here we are in Long Island City, Queens' fastest growing neighborhood. And it's also the fastest growing Chinatown as well. Life begins at 40 truck says the kids need to stop subway surfing too. It's very dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Subway surfing is when people ride on the outside of the subway cars. Much of it is done by young kids who promote it on social media thinking it's cool that they ride on top of a subway car, but that's very, very dangerous. Every once in a while you'll hear a tragic story of a subway surfer getting seriously injured or passing away because they couldn't clear a tunnel or a pole or whatever. Flobo with €1. Thank you, Flobo. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Oh, you gotta hurry up. This bus is waiting for me. That's the Q101 bus to Steinway Street. Oh, Johnny, you were watching my snowstorm flight from Montreal to LaGuardia Airport. That was the first time I've ever taken a flight in a snowstorm, and I was actually quite impressed with the entire process. The de-icing process was very smooth, and it was pretty relevant for what happened this weekend, on Christmas weekend, because a lot of flights got delayed or canceled due to the weather as well, and the extremely cold temperatures. Go down this way. I also want to check out some of these new places that open. I know that H Mart is open now in Long Island City. It's a Korean grocery store. Madang Superior Sushi. We are open. Use the middle entrance at City Acres Market. Right here. So they have like a upscale sushi spot inside this grocery store called Madang. Looks like they even have burgers too and sandwiches. That's pretty neat. Thanks, Jonathan Robinson, for $4.99. Appreciate it, Jonathan. Thank you very much. I've heard about that anonymous source. The new H Mart on Northern Boulevard is huge. That was in the former Stop and Shop location that I showed you. At that time I made that live stream, I didn't know that H Mart was going to be moving in so soon after Stop and Shop closed up. Here's Jackson Park. Very impressive skyscraper development here in Long Island City. Spot Dessert Bar is coming soon. One of the best dessert spots in New York City. They have multiple locations already. I've seen them in Flushing and the East Village, and now they're coming here to Long Island City. Cynthia Ava says New York City has every kind of food you can imagine. Yeah, for the most part, there's definitely a wide variety of foods. Inside the Jackson Park complex, there's also the Jack X & Co. food hall. Maybe I'll just show you a little bit of it. How do you open this? Oh, I guess it's from this side. The door's here. This is a very beautiful food hall. Different shops available here. And they have a Christmas tree. Very cool. And a nice staircase. And a lot of places to sit. And they keeping their customers warm by having this double door system. I don't want to open the door again because it'll just let the cold air out. Or cold air in rather. And the hot air out. This area is changing very quickly. I think they're starting to build over here now. Yeah, Don Patty, snow did not reach New York City. New York City only got heavy rains. I think around the back of this building too, there's also a bubble tea spot. Maybe I could head over there once I show off the H Mart location. Oh, hi. You scared me there, just a little bit. Little tiny rat there. WXYZ Lounge. Cool little waterfall. Here's a spot I'd like to try out someday, the Jingli restaurant. Here's Paris Baguette. Despite its name, it's a Korean-owned bakery chain. This is a restaurant I reviewed in Long Island City. Dun Huang Fresh Hand-Pulled Noodle. It's not their only location. I've seen them around in Manhattan as well. But they're very good. Lemon Rice is asking what's driving the growth in the area. One, because this area has been depressed for a long time. It used to be a lot of factories and industrial areas. So it got rezoned. These new units are coming up, condo units, they're building up higher. And the demand is there for all these restaurants and local businesses now. That's why this area is growing a lot. Because the zoning regulations would change. People can build higher here, and it's just driving up all the demand and the development. It actually took longer than a lot of people were expecting. I remember back in the 90s, people were saying Long Island City would be one of the next neighborhoods to be developed. It didn't take that long from then for it to get redeveloped. I think it was like in the early 2000s that this area got rezoned. It's also one stop away from Midtown Manhattan, and generally the prices here for housing is lower than Midtown Manhattan. That's why people came to this area. For real, Mr. Sandman, lots of businesses happening here. I spent a lot of time in this area, and I've seen it really develop firsthand. There's a chicken spot, the Cuckoo Achu, hiring. And this spot here, I think was one of the first Chinese restaurants in the area, Xi'an Famous Foods. I think this restaurant caught fire like 3 years ago, and it had to be shut down for good amount of time before they rebuilt. Hung Mao saying it's so cool to see all the eateries. It is, it is. And not only is the area rapidly developing as well, but the demographics are changing. The New York Times put out an article, I think it was like a year and a half ago, saying that this is the city's fastest growing Chinatown because a third of the population that live here are of Asian descent now. And that really shocked me. Sweet green. We got a nice view of the One Vanderbilt Tower on 42nd Street. This part of Long Island City is known as Court Square. This building here, the One Court Square building, used to be the tallest building in Queens. It was formerly known as the Citigroup building, now a company known as Altice or Altice, I still don't know how to pronounce the name, owns most of the space in this building. They own Spectrum Internet, if anyone's familiar with that. And now this building over here, it's called the Sky Tower. This is the tallest building in Queens. The H Mart grocery store is coming up on the next block. This area, by the way, is named after that building there across the street, the courthouse. That's why this area is called Court Square. Here's Teso Life. I thought this was an H Mart, but I guess the H Mart is in Northern Boulevard. Yeah, this is not H Mart. For some reason, I thought this was an H Mart, but it opened up in the former Stop and Shop location. But this is new. Teso Life, Japanese department store. This is new for me to see. I was looking up the H Mart and I couldn't find it. Wow, what a store. When I came here, this store was still being built. Business hours from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Let's go in and check it out. This is pretty cool. Wow. They even have stuffed animals. They have these red sticks. %30 off slippers. Super cool store. It does remind me of a Daiso. Yeah, that's right. There is an H Mart near Koreatown. Wow, and since we were talking about Spectrum with the Altice building, there's a Spectrum retail location right across the street there. This is kind of cool, a see-through escalator. Thank you, Dick K with 20 Canadian dollars. Thanks for the great content. Appreciate it very much. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Yeah, Long Gang. I did see Testo Life in Flushing as well. I remember seeing it. Yeah, Emore, the Court Square Diner's been there for a long time. They're very good. I like to head over to 45th Avenue here. Actually, no, we'll go one more block because I want to show you the Sky Tower skyscraper, tallest building in Queens. It's a nice block with Christmas decorations. Did I just burp? Yes, I did. I'm allowed to burp, cough, sneeze. I just had dinner, so of course you're not going to be perfect and talk normally, right? Here it is, the Sky Tower with the subway station integrated into the lower level. Let's check out this subway entrance. I don't think I've been here since they reopened it. Ford Square subway. Oh, this is pretty cool. I want to go down just to see the stairwell. I saw it when it was under construction. What? Now there's turnstiles. Is there a machine? Oh yes, 2 MetroCard machines there. No attendant. And it connects directly to the E and M train platform. Very nice. Yeah, life begins at 40 truck. I like this subway entrance. I didn't know it's possible to exit here, but now. And there's handicap access too with the elevator. Now let's check out the bubble tea spot that I was mentioning. Wow, look at this building. That's a rendering of it. You could see right into the lobby here. The Skyline Tower. And the name of it is right here, 3 Court Square. Skyline Tower, tallest building in Queens. And of course they have to advertise it, right? Long Island City's most visible address, 67 stories, 360-degree views, immediate occupancy, studio to 4-bedroom condominium residences for sale. Make an appointment to visit. Thank you. Snorkupine with $10. Burp all you want, just don't slip on the ice. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Skyline Tower, huh? I'm curious. I have the Zillow app. I want to see if I could search for a place here for sale. How much do you think it'll cost? Thank you, Flobo23 for €1.99. I think my phone right now is having difficulty getting a connection, so it's not able to load any results. No, it is working. What? Let me see here. No results found. Well, something's up with this. Well, regardless, they have units there for sale in the Skyline Tower. Here's Hunter Street and Crescent Street. Crescent Street is over here, and this is Hunter. Mara says, why isn't it snowing in New York yet? Christmas without snow is kind of weird. No, I find it quite normal. It doesn't really usually snow until January or February in New York. People expect it to snow, but it never really does. Here's the bubble tea shop I was mentioning, TZ. Keep calm and drink tea. I also love their blue Christmas tree back there. I find that bubble tea shops are almost as easy to find now as coffee shops in New York. Seth Wolf is saying it's $660,400 to $2.8 million for the Skyline Tower. Definitely a lot of money. This is a hotel, the Hyatt Place. This over here is the exit and entrance ramp to the Queensboro Bridge. What's this spot? The No Stress Coffee and Pastries. Seems like a nice spot. Here's another building under construction on Hunter Street. Yeah, I was saying, Daniel, this area is the fastest growing neighborhood in Queens. the iconic JetBlue sign on top of that building. That's JetBlue's corporate headquarters, by the way, the airline. Get a nice view of the subway from here. Gets very noisy around here. We got the walk signal. Let's get to the other side. The light's already changing. Meanwhile, we haven't even finished crossing the street. Oh, come on. They need to give people more time. It's already at 0. Look how fast the light changes. Photos from around New York, you always kind of wondered where the border between Long Island City and Astoria was. It's different if you ask different people. Some people consider 36th Avenue to be the border or Broadway, but the whole border mess really gets mixed up in the history of Queens and the formation of Long Island City. Because previously there was the village of Astoria and it got incorporated into Long Island City. It was actually a city, hence the name, Long Island City. So Long Island City, before it got part of New York City in the borough of Queens, included the former village of Astoria. So it's still like, there's still an identity crisis where the border lies between Astoria and Long Island City because of that whole thing between the integration of Long Island City into New York City. I know I probably made it even more confusing, but I think the post office has the border at Broadway. And I know because I lived in this area for a long time. Many of the people who lived here originally didn't want to be associated with Long Island City because Long Island City was the neighborhood Long Island City, which didn't incorporate the entire city limits before it got integrated into New York City, was a very industrial neighborhood, factories, manufacturing, and they didn't want to be associated with. So they wanted to say they were more prestigious by saying, oh, I live in Astoria, not Long Island City. But that's changing now. Now Long Island City is really, really developing quickly. And I've had a lot of mail sent to Long Island City, New York, or Long Island City, Queens, and it still got delivered. In a sense, you can say Long Island City and Astoria are one and the same. But the whole history of Queens is kind of confusing. The NYC walking show, he says he think now Long Island City is more prestigious than Astoria. I guess you could put it that way. Daniel saying Queen streets are very confusing even to a native New Yorker. It certainly can be. Stark 11 saying it's full of people who weren't born in New York City and who are rich with their $5,000 a month rent for their 2-bedroom apartments. New York City is losing its identity. Well, that may be true to some extent. I know several people here in Long Island City, they're actually not that well off, and they split the rent between roommates or between friends. As far as New York City is losing its identity, yes, in a way, but that's progress because you're introducing a new identity into the neighborhood. That's how cities evolve and change. Because if you think about it, New York City was not always New York City. It used to be New Amsterdam. It was a Dutch colony, and then it became English. And then what happened to the English? They got kicked out, and a new country was born, the United States of America. And then different neighborhoods showed up. The Lower East Side used to be predominantly Jewish. That changed. And that's what I see through a lot of cities that I've traveled to. Neighborhoods that I've learned the history of. It's already changing by the time I get there, and I notice the progression. Mrs. Sandman saying that's the beauty of New York City, it's all mixed. Oh, for sure. There's people from all walks of life that live in this city. Yeah, C5, to be honest, New York City is very progressive in terms of rent. The more service you want, the more money you have to pay. Absolutely. That goes for a lot of places too. Texas tickler saying, imagine if England won the war. Yeah, I would think that things would be a little bit different in current times if the English won the war, but not too much. I think society would have evolved as well, but maybe at a slower pace, because the United States was very innovative with its inventions and science. I think the English winning the war, it would have suppressed a lot of that knowledge and creativity for many years, and it wouldn't have grown as fast. That's just my opinion. Myla Cuisin with $10. Hello, AK is Levittown close to that area? I'm not aware of a Levittown around here, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. I'm not even aware of a Levittown anywhere in New York City. Oh, Levittown's all the way out on Long Island saying be helped. The Dark Horse saying New York has lost over 10% of its residents and bleeding out businesses. Good luck with a livable wage or being able to achieve your small business goals. I've seen that with many places, not just New York City. The thing is, if you look around, economic times are hard right now. Prices are going up, the cost of living is going up, and New York City is already a tough city to live in. The cost of living is the most expensive in the world. This is the 39th Avenue subway station. Thirty-sixth Avenue is coming up. I'd actually like to take a walk along 35th Avenue. Yeah, the autistic artist, nothing is going to stay the same forever. Things change with the times. New York City would never be the same as it would be in the 1940s or 80s. That's very true. I think the world would be quite boring if things stay the same. Just think about in our lives. How many different clothes did you buy because of a different trend, or music, books, not just, a city, demographics, restaurants. Anyone remember dial-up internet? I don't think that's quite popular anymore. I remember dial-up internet. All those weird sounds you'd hear from your computer speakers as it was dialing to the internet service provider. Welcome. You've got mail. Excuse my dial-up impression there. There's a lot of salt here. I don't think they melted all the ice. There was a lot of ice at that curb there. Lynn says I do that well. I've only heard it like 1,000 times, right? Oh yeah, Gigi, I remember the buddy list and AOL icons. AOL Instant Messenger, the chat rooms. Not too many places open around here. There's a lot of like auto repair shops on this block. Yeah, true. Everywhere is changing. Even in the Caribbean, people migrated from different parts of the world to live in the Caribbean. I find that the world is getting more diverse. When I travel now, I find less of these ethnic communities anymore. And I see a lot more people branching out of these traditionally ethnic communities and integrating into the community as a whole. I think in general that's a very good thing. Here's the 36th Avenue subway station. This area between 36th Avenue and Queensboro Plaza can be quite quiet, with the exception of the subway overhead. Never knew there was construction over here. This Key Food Market is so new, it doesn't have a permanent sign yet. Place isn't open today. Painkiller 93. We're in Astoria, Queens right now. I like to check out 35th Avenue because it's been a while since I walked over there. I also want to check out what's going on with Napoli Pizza Pasta, which I heard reopened, as well as Innovation Queens, or the future site of Innovation Queens, which is a planned development that's going to introduce a lot more housing to the area, as well as a whole complex of like shopping and retail. I know many people were opposed to it before, but I think it's going to get started. It's a pretty big laundromat. All right, here's 35th Avenue. Hey, look, this crosswalk light needs some repair. Eric A with $1.99. I found your channel from James and Carla. Thank you, Eric A. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. James and Carla, wonderful YouTubers. Go check them out. They're based in New York City, but they travel along with their dog Hudson. Yeah, Novo Cause is holding on with one hand. Looks like it was going to fall down. I think the recent storm may have something to do with that, with all the high winds. YouTube experiment saying you'll never understand Queens. Street names are confusing and you live in New York. I mean, the street grid here is confusing. But believe me, it's a lot less confusing than what it can be, at least for the most part, the street grid is numbered. If you go to a place where the street grid is not numbered, it can get very confusing where it's named. Like Toronto, it took me a while for me to get adjusted. Here it's easy, at least you know the streets go up and down in numbers, as well as the avenues. So at least there's some sense of direction there. Queens used to be a place of different villages and towns with their own street grid, and some were numbered, some were not, some were named. So I think given the circumstances, New York City did a pretty good job. Here is the newly reopened Napoli Pizza and Pasta, one of my favorite spots in Astoria, Queens. Grand opening. Still looks the same as I remember. Maybe they renovated a little bit. I know they completely redid the sign here. Eric A, $9.99. Have you been to the Plaza Hotel from Home Alone 2? Absolutely. I even showed it off a few times in my holiday walks this season. Appreciate it, Eric A. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Nina, absolutely love this stream. I walked past Hudson Market, went there almost every day for snacks before I went exploring the city. Oh yeah. Okay, here's the Q66 bus. It'll actually stop by that H Mart that I was mentioning. This place is pretty cool. The Sunswick. George says, am I going to walk down Steinway? I think I will. I'm going to cross the street first because I want to show off Kaufman Astoria Studios. Even though Christmas is over, there's a lot of nice Christmas displays. Peter with $4.99, can you shout out my friend Claude? Sure I can. Peter, thank you for the super chat, and Claude, thank you for watching this live stream. Appreciate it. Happy holidays to you. Nina says, that's beautiful. It sure is. Even has the red telephone booths. Christmas wreaths. And probably the most stunning Christmas tree in Astoria right here, along with the menorah. And many people just pass this up. They don't even see it. Out and About says, am I in the UK now? I don't think so. This Mexican restaurant is very good. The Cantina Mexicana. So this area over here, the area immediately around Kaufman Astoria Studios, is a planned development called Innovation Queens. I know 35th Avenue and Steinway Street is going to be like the center of it. I have the website up. 2,700 units of mixed income housing, 700 of which will be permanently affordable, 200,000 square feet of neighborhoods serving businesses. The businesses include shops, restaurants, and entertainment, and 250,000 square feet of space for the city's creative industries and other small businesses. And right here, I don't want to pass this up, which is why I stopped, is a underrated museum, the Museum of the Moving Image. Here you can learn all about the moving image movie industry from its beginnings, black and white. It's a really cool place to check out. Patrick M, $10. I found your channel when I was planning my trip to Boston. Great, Patrick. Thank you for the support. Hope my Boston videos are very helpful for you. Seems like they were. Thank you. I think this entire area is going to be part of Innovation Queens. This movie theater here, as well as this area here. Frankie says 35th Avenue in Astoria, Queens might become a tourist attraction. It could be. I don't know if it's ever going to be finished, but it'll be pretty interesting. I know some people in the neighborhood were against this project, the Innovation Queens, because they believe that like introducing new housing to an area is going to like drive people out or make housing more unaffordable or change the look of the neighborhood. These are all people's different opinions. Or there wasn't enough affordable housing. But when it comes down to it, the only way to really get housing costs down is to build more housing. And if people block the construction of new housing, how's that going to bring housing costs down? I know this PC Richard and Son parking lot is going to be a big center of this innovation. Yeah, Nina, there's a Uno Pizza here. I've eaten here a long time ago. It's actually pretty decent. Yeah, Gene, the pool hall is still here. Here's PC Richard and Son. This parking lot, I think, is prime development land for that Innovation Queens. As well as like maybe over here. Yeah, and that's a really huge parking lot. Definitely a lot larger than what is needed by the store here. I'm actually surprised it hasn't been like developed or whatever. It's just a parking lot still. And here we are on Steinway Street. I hope this playground doesn't get developed because that might be a possibility under Innovation Queens. Welcome to Steinway Streets. Ed, we're on Steinway Street and 35th Avenue, the center of the Innovation Queens development project. Rich is saying New York City is so expensive, for sure. Highest cost of living in the world, along with Singapore. Yeah, Joe, the movie theater is still there on 35th Avenue. We're seeing a lot of new developments here on Steinway Street too. This building is pretty recent. It used to be, I remember, a kickboxing gym. And now it's home to a printing store as well as apartments. And on the corner here is actually a really good restaurant. It's called the SVL Bar. I haven't eaten there, but I have some close friends who went here. They said this place is amazing, the Slovaki Bar. You get a lot of food for your money in this place. Mahmoud's Corner food truck. Yes, Texas Girl, Steinway Street does have to do with the Steinway Piano Company. This street is named after the Steinway family. It was actually the Steinways that had an area set up in the northern parts of Astoria called Steinway Village. They moved their operations over there. They built their own village, complete with like schools, street grids, community services, restaurants, just to lure people in there to work for their company, the Steinway Piano Company. The Steinway Piano Company is still there, by the way. Oh wow, this is neat. They completely wrapped this lamppost. Only half of the lights there are working though. Yeah, Ed, Long Island City is changing very rapidly. You can even see the progress of it through my videos. A lot has changed, even since like a year or 2 years ago. Still pretty quiet here on Steinway Street. We've made it to the subway station. Meanwhile, I could have taken the same subway from Court Square to get here. Yan Ru says, too bad they closed the Goodwill on Steinway. There's a lot changing here. Steinway in its history has always been a place where it's been historically high to rent out and the high cost of business. So I constantly see places going and coming all the time on Steinway Street. There's Broadway. Not the same Broadway in Manhattan. This is Queens' Broadway. Or I should say, one of two Broadways in Queens. The other one is in an area called Ramblersville near Howard Beach. It's only a few blocks long. But this Broadway runs all the way from the East River all the way to Elmhurst, Queens, ending at Queens Boulevard. Yeah, YouTube experiment. Every borough in New York City has a Broadway, but only Manhattan and Bronx share the same street. Yeah, Yanru, there's a Broadway on Staten Island as well. I was looking it up on a map once. I may even walk by it, but I forget exactly where it was. Brooklyn's Broadway is also a very important Broadway. I think it starts at Broadway Junction. and it goes all the way to the East River as well. And for a good portion of Broadway, it serves as the street that the J, M, and Z trains run on. Is Starbucks still open? Nope. Looks like they're cleaning up now. The baristas are back there cleaning out. The Red District. Oh, really? Joe Hernandez says Staten Island's Broadway is only a block. Really? It's news to me. Wait, what is this place? Cafe de Colombia 2? Oh, it's 2 words. Cafe de Colombia 2. Colombia Coffee number 2, or cafe. Banana Republic factory is closed. I stopped by the one in Manhattan today. Didn't find anything I liked though. Oh, Frankie, you like Cafe de Colombia too? Their desserts are good. The main one is in Jackson Heights. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that place out. YouTube experiment, that's a flaw with the iPhone 13 as well as many smartphones, but iPhone really pronounces it. I love this old clock. EZ says holiday weekend, things are closed up and getting ready for New Year's Eve and day. Yup, for sure. I wonder what this is going to be once it's finished. Pretty big site. Yeah, and I'm pointing that out now. Looks like cell phone signal isn't the only thing T-Mobile is good at spreading. They spread a lot of salt on the sidewalk. Too much of it. Anniversary sale, 20% off ticketed price. Good promotion there. This used to be the Sprint store. Nothing's ever replaced it. There's a cool concept, the ping pod. Yeah, Joe Hernandez, T-Mobile did buy Sprint. Yes, thanks for pointing that out, Sue H. Rizzo's Fine Pizza across the street. This place has been here for a long, long time. Famous for their Sicilian slices. I see my moderators are taking care of some unruly people in the chat room. Here's 30th Avenue, Mini Star Restaurants. Frankie says he don't like Rizzo's Pizza in Steinway. I mean, you're not the only one. A lot of people don't like Rizzo's, but it's all a matter of taste. There's a few pizzerias here on 30th Avenue as well. Paris Bakery. Well, it's actually called Paris Oven, but it smells good. Edward Boost with $4.99. Merry Christmas, Active Kid. Love your channel. Wishing you all the best in 2023. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. I want to show you a pizzeria that's kind of famous here. Actually, two pizzerias. Here's a pizzeria called Andrew Bellucci's. Very good pizzeria. Its original location was further down on 30th Avenue. From what I understand, Andrew Bellucci had a disagreement with his partner at the other Bellucci's pizzeria, and they even had like some kind of disagreement over the name, but they eventually settled, and this place is now known as Andrew Bellucci's Pizzeria, which is owned by the original owner, and the former location is just called Bellucci Pizza. Thank you, Ralph Engel with €2. Appreciate the support. About Bellucci's Pizzeria, or Andrew Bellucci's Pizzeria. Very good places. Kind of the same thing would happen to Grimaldi's Pizzeria. And he couldn't use the old Grimaldi's name anymore, Patsy Grimaldi, so he used his mother's name, Juliana's. So there's Juliana's next to Grimaldi's. This place is new, the Burrito Boulevard. I love the artwork. Jesus says, how do I know this? Because I follow social media and local news around here in Astoria. This place here, Crave It Pizza and Sandwich Joints, is wild, and wild in a good way. World famous pizza, subs, wings inside, tasty AF. And if anybody knows social media, TikTok, there's this guy in Brooklyn, in Red Hook, called General Ock, and he makes this. Yeah, that's me. You me? What's up? Your third time meeting me? My gosh.
Well, I think I said hi to you twice in the past. This will be the third time, but it's the fourth time I've seen you.
Wow.
And it's been in, I live in Astoria, but it's been in odd places.
Yeah.
Anyways, love
Take
your
care.
stuff.
All
Have a
right.
good one. Have a
See
good
you.
one.
Happy holidays. Anyway, wow, that was cool. Fourth time you see me. So what I was saying, General Ock in Brooklyn, the Red Hook Food Co. He's known on TikTok, and he has a YouTube channel for his wild and outlandish sandwiches. You give him anything and he can make it into a sandwich. Even Pop-Tarts and instant noodles will make it into a sandwich, and waffles. This place turns that concept into pizza. Whatever kind of pizza you want, he'll put the topping on it for you. Insane, some of these creations. You have to really see it to believe it. Captain Charisma, 5 BGN, Queens is my favorite borough. Always a pleasure to see you walking there. Thank you very much, appreciate it. And my friend John from the Here Be Bar channel, he actually covered this place in Astoria, Crave It, and he showcased some of their creations. It's actually a video that's pretty recent. It's this one right here, if I could find it. This video. Why are New Yorkers obsessed with this pizza? I don't think he'll mind me showcasing some of his video. Look at this. Tater tots pizza. You got this in there. Well, pepperoni is pretty traditional, but crazy. Wendy says you always wondered how his sandwiches tasted like. I've never gone down there to have a sandwich, but I would imagine it'll taste pretty good. Deborah says time's flying by. It's cold here. Shivering under the blanket. It's getting cold for sure. I'll walk you to the original Bellucci's Pizza location since I talked about it. I would say it's about a 10-minute walk from here. This spot here, Grand Avenue Pizza, is very old, even older than any of the other places that I just showed you. In fact, this was the original name of the street, Grand Avenue, before it got renamed to 30th Avenue after the 5 boroughs consolidated. Their pizza is pretty good too. It wasn't too long ago, before the subway station got remodeled, that it was known as 30th Avenue, Grand Avenue. And that also goes back to the history of Queens, when all these streets and avenues were named instead of numbered.
His Life Day celebration. Yes.
Look at Il Fornaio Bakery Due. Some nice decorations and lights. This spot is pretty new, the Astoria shop. Here we have the United Brothers Fruit Markets. This grocery store is open 24 hours. The produce here is pretty fresh. I like the lights above the street here. You can also go next door to the Apple House Juice Bar for some apple teas and smoothies. Juice Bar is also open 24 hours. This place is really popular, the New York Bakery Cafe. Andrew S. saying it's a great juice bar. Yes, it is. Here's the Burger Club. With the backward sign. YouTube a organic foods grocery store. They're trying to keep all their flowers fresh. Here's another Paris baguette location. There's the second one that I passed up. Ian Gardner, what? The Flushing Bank in Astoria? Is there an Astoria Bank in Flushing? There used to be an Astoria Bank in Astoria, but I think that bank got integrated into another bank, or they merged or something. I think it's now Webster Bank. That's the parent company. This is the 30th Avenue subway station. Yeah, Joe, there used to be an Astoria Bank on 30th Avenue. We saw it, the former location. It was Webster Bank. Before that, it was Sterling National Bank. This grocery store trade fair is open 24 hours. Jamie used to live 5 blocks from there. Interesting. We're almost to the Bellucci's Pizzeria that I was telling you about before. Also, I haven't shown this season, but Astoria's Christmas tree is right there. Athens Square Park Christmas tree. And my cell phone battery is getting dangerously low. I'm going to change the battery right here, or start charging it anyway, if I want this stream to last. Maybe I'll go into the park and I'll start charging it, because I have 12% left. I don't want it to just die suddenly. All right, let's use this table over here. I'll try to give you a view of the Christmas tree as I'm, oh, even better. We are going to have a view of the Christmas tree as I charge the battery, so it's perfect timing. Should be charging now. I know Christmas is over, but it's still nice to see the Christmas trees around just for a little while longer. Alright, good. My phone's charging. streets. I don't think they lit too much of the back though. Oh, they did. Last year they had some difficulties lighting this tree properly, but I'm glad they got it resolved this year. Yeah, Hung Mao, the tree looks more lit this year. Actually, that reminds me, I think there was a TikTok that someone shared with me. They shared the countdown to this tree lighting for 2022, and they had some difficulties lighting it as well. Thanks, Andrew S. Welcome back to Story. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. I'm glad you could join. Great view here with the Christmas tree behind me. Could be good selfie material. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. That's not the only Christmas display I'm going to show you in the neighborhood. There's one that may even outdo this. Here's Il Fornaio Bakery, and there was an Il Fornaio Bakery Due further up on 30th Avenue. And we have over here the Bellucci Pizza location. This one was the original location, but not the original owner. They've expanded to have the spot next door as well. So Bellucci Pizza and Andrew Bellucci Pizza further up on 30th Avenue. Different places, different pizza. Jerry says another pizza joint. Yeah, lots of pizza places. Yeah, Dania Garcia's. Three Bros Dollar Slice up ahead. It's across the street from the Mount Sinai Hospital. Oh, Ken Continuum saying in Canada we have Dan Aykroyd Pizza. The only pizza I had in Toronto was Pizza Pizza. That was the pizzeria chain. It wasn't that great. It tasted like the box. We have their Pizza Hut, halal food across the streets. And Three Bros Pizza. Here's Mount Sinai Hospital. By the way, this hospital is expanding too. This used to be the emergency center. Now it got moved up the block. And this building over here, look at this crazy building. It's gonna be Mount Sinai Hospital of Queens as well. And the emergency room is over there at the end of this block. Yeah, Joe, it used to be Astoria Hospital. Here's Three Bros Pizza. It's no longer $1 anymore. It's $1.25 for a slice. The Bow at $4.99. Hey, Mr. Kid, my mom loves your videos. We're watching you from freezing Rhode Island. Can you give a shout out to my sister Jeanne and my mom Janet? Sure. Jeanne and Janet, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for watching. Ian says 2 fish sandwiches for $8 is a deal. It is. So I've turned onto Crescent Street because there's a place here I want to show you with some amazing Christmas displays. Hung Mouse, it sounds windy. Yeah, I had to take my microphone off. It's a little bit of wind, not as much as yesterday. This bike lane on Crescent Street, by the way, it actually works pretty well. It's a two-way bike lane. Now it's a scooter lane. So the place I want to show you is this local neighborhood church over here at the corner of Crescent Street and Newtown Avenue. I don't think I'll be able to make this light. Oh, I think the church turned off most of the lights here. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least we have these 2 Christmas trees glowing. Uh-oh. This is the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church. And it's just too bad they didn't turn the lights on here, because it looked very pretty just the other day. Right here, this is what I wanted to show you, all lit up. It still looks great with no lights, but this is incredible. They have a nativity scene as well. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to show you for today's live stream. I was hoping this was all lit up, but at least the trees were. I want to thank you all for coming out today. It's definitely been a pleasure showing you around Queens. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this live stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Later, everyone. See you soon. Bye.